Yeah, I would say two things. Certainly fracking, hydraulic fracturing. There's an oil and gas boom that's been going on for several years now. There's a big appetite for more oil and gas, particularly gas. And one of the ways that gas companies can get at those deposits is through use of hydraulic fracturing and horizontal drilling. Techniques that have been around for a while, but they're now being used more and more. A lot of concern over is this process contaminating water supplies? States are the primary regulator of oil and gas drilling, and a lot of them are now coming up with regulations that address things like disclosure of the chemicals used during the fracking process. So that's ongoing, and the gas and energy industry can pretty much live with what they're doing. But now the federal government wants to get involved. The Bureau of Land Management under the Interior Department is looking at rules for federal lands, similar to some of the state rules. The Environmental Protection Agency is also doing a study of the effect of fracking on drinking water. We won't see that report this year, but probably the year after. But a lot of concern about fracking because it's so widespread, and there's some concern over health impacts that we're not quite sure of. And the second, I would say the Keystone Pipeline is a big issue that we'll know a little bit more about when the administration makes a decision on whether to approve that permit. That's to bring oil from Canada down to the Gulf Coast for export and for use here as well. A lot of concern again over whether, in a time of concerns over carbon pollution, whether we should be promoting the use of more fossil fuels. That's environmental groups have that concern certainly, and also just the concerns of building the pipeline itself, a huge pipeline running from Canada all the way through the U.S. So those are two big stories in the near term. I think we'll be watching. And as far as us personally at Bloomberg BNA, we cover the whole wide range of regulatory issues, from air pollution, water pollution. There are a slew of air pollution regulations that EPA is going to be working on that we'll be looking at, including pollution from power plants, things other than greenhouse gases. On the water pollution front, there are more regulations dealing with power plants, and also what they call animal feeding operations. These are large livestock farms or poultry farms that can be a big source of pollution for water. And it's difficult to address that because of the way the Clean Water Act is written. But there are some regulations that EPA will be working on that we'll be looking at as well.